Hi, Mark Hosking, founder of Formbird. Today we have Tom here. Tom has been doing work experience for a couple of days with us, with one of our guys, and I'm going to hand it over to Tom and we're going to have a look at what Tom has done in those 3 days. So Tom, just to explain a little bit about what you did over those 3 days and a little bit about your background, what grade you're in or what year you're in at school and everything.
Yeah, so I'm in year 10 and I'm pretty interested in technology, so I thought that this would be a really good place to do work experience. And so I just used Formbird to develop an app.
And what was the app about, Tom? Who was it for?
Well, my dad's an architect, and one of the really important things in his business is project management and file sharing and knowing who should be working on what. And so I tried to develop something that would allow for easier project management and also some file sharing and such.
So this is for an architect to look after his practice, so he keeps electronic versions on what's going on and everything else. So why don't you fire into the application,
Sure.
And we'll fire into that environment, into the development, the environment you developed, the application developed. So Tom's logging in. Okay, so perhaps Tom, just you explain what you've done here. So everything I see here, I assume that you built as part of the application and over those couple of days. So why don't you step us through each of the bits of information that makes up the application here?
Sure. So this first document is just a list of all of the different files that are stored on the database. So we've got the organizations, so businesses and contractors and builders and such.
So anyone that your dad would deal with?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Then we've got contacts, so clients and mainly just clients.
Okay.
Then project documents, and then the employees.
Okay.
Yeah.
So why don't you show us a little bit about the application? So that's kind of like a starting page that you just use to navigate, I assume. So why don't you dig into a couple of those documents and just explain how they all work together?
So I think if we look at a project, for example, you can see that we've got a project director and a team leader. Now, say, just take Anthony John Frito, for example.
So you can drill down on there, can you? Or
no.
So you set it up separately?
Oh, actually, no. So if I then open the employee document for Anthony John Frito, you'll see that he's got contacts, a position. So it's just a hierarchical system, and then you can see what he's actually in. So you can see that he's on the project as a director.
And that's one of his projects?
Yes, there's the same project that we were on.
Okay, so I could drill through there, could I?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah, that'll open up.
Open up the actual project?
Project again, yes.
And so that project is got some details on the project?
Yes. Yeah, so it's got a location.
And a bit of a location
fencing.
A fencing of it, the geofencing of it,
And then we've then got other companies that are organisations that they're associated with, so building companies. And
okay, so it could then have a relationship with the building company on the project itself.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so that's then here, for example, we've got Tom's building company.
Right. Okay.
Purely test, and that comes with an address and.
Right, and that's the location of Tom's building company.
Yeah, and they've got contact.
Tom works for it.
Yeah, I do.
Fantastic. Yeah. That's good. So let's go back to the project and have a look at the project details. So I think you've got the project details up there.
Yeah.
Now you've got the address and the boundary of it, and then you go down and we've got the associates, and I see here we've got something about the object model view. So just explain about what that is.
So this is a component that I developed for sharing 3D files. So at the moment there's just a temporary Darth Vader head.
Right.
But this is a full 3D model STL.
Rendering.
Yeah. Yep. And so it renders it in the browser.
Yep.
With any material that you'd like, and it's all uploaded just through the
uploader.
Uploader.
So the uploader is a standard component in Formbird, but this is not a standard component, the XOGL. So you developed that over that period.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. And that was using a third-party library, library that you found on the web.
Correct.
and installed it on the server and now referencing it. Fantastic. So you've got all the different relationships and you've got the residents. It's all, so you upload that file against the file and then that gets rendered.
Yes.
It's also working, I gather that it'll all work on an iPad.
Yes.
So let's pull that up and have a quick look. I can pull it up. So I think you perhaps, let's have a look here. We've got the 3D modelling in there of another residence, all working on the iPad. So your dad could take it out on the iPad and take some photos,
Sure.
and then have some more specs about the projects, and maybe have some contacts or contract management elements of it. Fantastic. So you designed the templates. So perhaps why don't you step us through the design of one of those templates? Let's have a look at the project template of that. So let's have a look at the project template, and you can perhaps step us through the elements of the template. So you've got.
So we've just got just the basic text boxes and.
Right, for the project name.
And then drop downs for adding contacts.
So that's a relationship to the contacts that you've put against there, and a relationship to
the director.
Right.
And project leader.
Yep, and they're in separate fields, aren't they?
Yep.
So if we switch back to it, we can see those fields. So there are the different fields and the team leader. Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Yep, that's fine.
And they just use basic queries.
That's a basic query. Now, did you know anything about the querying before?
No.
No. Okay. So a little bit of bit of querying language there in Elasticsearch.
Yeah.
So we go down and we have a drop down with a bit of a status. What else do we have on that template?
And then
the boundary. Yep.
It's just the map.
Yep. And we're using Google. Yep. So let's go and keep going down.
And then we've got the uploader, and then my XEOGL component.
Okay, so that's your component that you've added and you've defined. So you did that towards the end of the 3 days?
Yes,
so it was the last day?
Last day, yeah.
Okay, so just explain about what you did here, and perhaps we'll go and have a look at the code for that you put in for that. So
sure.
That's your own component?
Yeah, so this is my own component. It's just got some really basic properties, parameters.
So that refers back to the mode location or model location. Model location.
So that's the name of the uploader.
Right. So that's the name of the field for that
component.
Yep. And that's so you can reference back to the uploader file. Yep.
So if I open the
component. So this is a component definition you've defined within Formbird.
That just has some really basic HTML that. It just comes pretty standard with the library on their website.
Okay, so that definition of the HTML you just got from
most of it
from XGL.
Yeah, and then some of the styling I just took from some other standard components. Really.
Yep.
And then in terms of JavaScript, it's just this really basic. A lot of this is just if statements, just checking for different object types.
Right, to load the different object types.
Yes.
Okay, so you've got 3 different object types. You've got different files that you could be rendering.
Yeah.
And that'll make the different call to those libraries. So and you reference the library there somehow. So how did you reference the library?
So I used to actually reference the XEOGL library. I used the external library documents and then just added it.
Added XGL. Okay, fantastic. Yeah. So that's the third-party library you just downloaded.
Yes, but then it has some components that allow you to actually import 3D models.
Right.
And so I loaded them here in the JavaScript.
Okay.
With lazy load.
Okay, and so you lazy loaded those libraries, and then basically the function is up to is that loading. So if you just scroll down, so what was this total size? How many? So that was all done in a day.
Yeah, a day and a bit.
A day and a bit.
Mostly a day.
Mostly a day. A big day. Yeah. Very good. Okay, well done, Tom. That's absolutely fantastic work. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Welcome to Formbird.